Welcome to our video on understanding the common flow for registering users with Keycloak in a microservices architecture. As we continue to move towards a more distributed and scalable way of building software systems, securing our applications becomes an increasingly important concern. One crucial aspect of this is managing user identities and authentication. In this video, we'll explore how Keycloak, a popular open-source identity and access management solution, can be integrated into a microservices architecture to handle user registration efficiently. We'll cover the entire process, from the initial user request to register, through to the point where the user's credentials are verified and they gain access to our protected resources. By the end of this video, you should have a clear understanding of how Keycloak simplifies the complex task of managing user identities across multiple services. To start with, let's consider what happens when a new user wants to register an account within our microservices architecture. The process begins with the user interacting with one of our client applications. This could be a web app, mobile app, or even a desktop application. The client sends a request to our API gateway, which acts as the entry point for our system. The API gateway then redirects this request to an authentication service, which is where Keycloak comes into play. Keycloak provides a registration endpoint that our authentication service can interact with. When the user submits their registration details, these are sent directly to Keycloak for processing. Keycloak handles all aspects of user registration, from validating the submitted data against predefined rules, such as password complexity and email uniqueness, to storing the user's credentials securely within its database. One of the strengths of using Keycloak is its ability to federate identities from external sources, such as social media platforms or other identity providers. Once Keycloak successfully registers a new user, it generates a unique identifier for that user, which can be used across all services within our microservices architecture. This identifier is crucial because it allows us to authenticate the user in a stateless manner, meaning we don't need to maintain any session data on our servers. When the user attempts to log in, their credentials are verified against those stored in Keycloak. If the credentials match, Keycloak issues an access token that can be used by the client application to make authorized requests to our protected resources. To summarize, here are the key points we've covered regarding the common flow for registering users with Keycloak in a microservices architecture. The registration process starts with a user interacting with a client application. When the request is forwarded to an authentication service, which interacts with Keycloak's registration endpoint. Keycloak validates and stores user credentials securely. Upon successful registration, Keycloak generates a unique identifier for the user. This identifier enables stateless authentication across all services. In integrating Keycloak into your microservices architecture can significantly simplify the complex task of managing user identity. By leveraging its robust features for user registration and authentication, you can ensure that your system remains secure while providing a seamless experience for your users. If you have any questions about this topic or would like to share how you're using Keycloak in your projects, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if it's helped clarify things for you, and consider subscribing for more content on software development and technology. Thanks for watching.